All right. You already know what time it is. And if you don't, better figure it out. Better figure it out. It's that time. It is that time. It is that time. So, anyway, let's do a quick recap because there are a few things I could have done in previous days for other things of a video. I didn't. I didn't get to it because I was busy. I just didn't get to it. Now I have time to do it. Kind of, not really, but I do. I'll squeeze it in. Yes, time. So, recap. We're just gonna recap work life. Work, typical day in work, even though it's actually like a few days, but mainly more or less all one day. It's like 3 days actually, 4 days, but still recap one day. So it's actually kind of funny because just yesterday, my boss was like, well, HR boss, whatever, the boss man, he's above me, he's a boss, whatever. He goes, you know what? You guys should just have a fucking sitcom. I don't know why you guys have a sitcom at the store. I'm like, you know what? I've been saying that for years. My life is a sitcom. Why don't I have a sitcom? I think personally it'd be a great idea. Quite literally, I live my life like a sitcom. Too easy. It's too easy. I've actually been watching Seinfeld lately. Not that it's related, but because it kind of is. But I could pull one off. Could definitely do it. Could definitely do it. So anyway, how he comes to this conclusion is basically everything I'm about to say. So let's backtrack to actually no, let's double backtrack. So a few days ago, a few weeks ago, we'll call this day one. We'll call this on day one. Day one was Wednesday, and everybody knows that Wednesday at the store. Well, we just call it Wednesday. We just call it's Wednesday. It's a typical Wednesday. We don't get shit in, which means we have nothing in. It's an empty, slow day. We ain't got shit to stock. That's it. Typical Wednesday. So every day we walk in, we look at it and say, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Because we ain't gonna do shit. Shit. Like, we do shit, but there isn't much shit to do. So you just start twiddling your thumbs. And then you pretend like you're doing stuff, and eventually you get like something to do, but it's like so little of something to do that's like not worth doing it. You just have to do it anyway, look busy, and not get yelled at for shit because what you fucking do. So you do it. Yeah, you get kind of happy when you have something to do, but then you get so caught up, you're doing a whole bunch of little bits of nothing, and you're just like, bruh, this ain't it. It is what it is. It's Wednesday. Well, this Wednesday particularly was the deadest, driest, emptiest, most Wednesdayest Wednesday ever. I mean, it was so empty that people that even typically do little to nothing didn't do a damn thing. It's typical Wednesday. What can you do, right? What can you do? That's a whole other debacle on another topic that I have that I can go on and on and on and on and on about, or just regarding work in general. But don't worry about that. So anyway, it's Wednesday, and we're in the back at the Baylor. It's towards the end of my shift, and I don't know how this came to be, but it just came to be. Took a box, I put the box up, and it had a hole in the bottom of it naturally, and he just happened to have a plastic ball, aka a giant ball of trash that was all plastic, and we started playing basketball in the back. Yup, just like how basketball was invented, but instead of a peach basket, we just had a literal box on the hole in the bottom and a plastic ball of trash. And we were hooping for a good 20, 30, 40 minutes. I don't know. Point is, after I left, they kept going. Somebody got suspended. They're back now, but yeah, shit happens. Yeah, we started playing basketball in the back. It was funny as fuck. So now, like, our running joke is always, hey, it's Wednesday, trying to play some basketball, or hey, you got a box, trying to play some. Yeah, it's the thing now. It is the thing now. Don't do that. Don't. Be good at work. Be good. And trust me, we get our work done. I know it sounds like we're just bullshitting, but hear me out. If you get your work done, like Wiz Khalifa says, work hard, play hard. If you get your shit done, just not a big deal. I mean, I see the whole point of discipline, proper this, that, these, those. I get these things. But sometimes I think people take shit too seriously. And now I'm starting to dig into the whole mentality and perspective I have regarding work and stuff. But I'm just saying, as long as you get shit done, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. It's not like we were just not doing jack shit, except for that brief moment where we're quite literally doing jack shit. But again, there was nothing to do. We got shit done. We still did shit. We just had some time to fuck around. Too easy. So anyway, that was day one. I can dig into that. It was a fun day. But that was day one. It's a Wednesday. I think like a week later, 2 weeks later. So this is after break. So again, this is like January now. We had last day of winter quarter classes like sometime late, early, mid-December. So it's been about a month. And considering our infatuation series, which I was about to do actually a video on this, but I'm going to mash it into this one and just make it one whole fucking time lapse of thing. I'll still make the song more dedicated to this part anyway, but anyway, it's a 2-part thing and a 1-part series. So anyway, I thought the person that kept coming to the store that I kept seeing every now and then was just gone. Cause I was like, maybe they went to a different store. Maybe they don't come to the store anymore. I don't know. But I'm like, it's been over a fucking month. I haven't seen them. Maybe their schedule changed. Maybe I won't see them. I don't know. So the witch, as I once called them, was gone. But now they're a ghost. Because I saw them, but they didn't see me. And I was like, was it really them? And after that, never saw them. Never saw them leave. They entered through one door and I guess left through the other door, which wouldn't make much sense to me, ironically enough. But yeah, I didn't see them. And I was just like, maybe I'm tripping. I'm fucking tripping. Yeah, so that was weird. And I was like, oh well. They pop back up, they pop back up. If they don't, they don't. Oh well. It ain't nothing anyway. It's just bullshit for me. It's just, I don't know. It's nothing crazy. It's just me being me, I guess. I don't know. It's nothing wild. Well, fast forward. Again, just a few days. And I see him. But now I'm stuck in a conversation. And not with them, though. Unfortunately, with somebody else. So I see them coming, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. It is them. They do exist. This is a thing. That was my conversation starter. Like, oh my gosh, it's been forever. Haven't seen you in a while. I see you now. You exist. Thought you were gone. Hello, how you doing, right? Well, no, scrap all that, didn't happen. Because instead, I'm now locked in a conversation with another employee about, honestly, I don't know what. They were just talking for a very long time. After so much time and continuing conversation when I'm trying to do other shit, my brain just turns off and goes to yeah mode. And at that point, I'm just like, I can't escape. We're stuck in a conversation, but it's more like a one-sided conversation. And now I'm very distracted because I'd rather talk to X person, not Y person. Y has an why are we still here talking? X has an X marks a spot. I just made it up on the spot. Literally just made it up. It's pretty slick though. Pirate talk. But anyway, so yeah, they came by me. But I look at them and I'm like, oh shit. I don't want to keep staring at them. Could be weird. So I like look away, pretend like I'm doing work, which I couldn't do work because the person beside me, which was a customer, was just blocking the path. That is another conversation. I'm gonna throw it in here. But yeah, that's another thing too. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, a person standing beside me, so I can't do anything because I can't stalk shit because he's sitting there talking to another customer. Customers do that. They just block paths forever and don't care. Don't let me forget. I'm gonna hop into that at the end probably. But anyway, so they're stuck. I can't work. He's sitting here talking. He's not working. They're sitting here walking, coming towards me, and I can't talk to them. I could have just walked away, said, "Hey, right back." I could have done a lot of things, but I didn't. I don't like being weird. Sometimes things just seem weird and extra and desperate. I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that shit. Anyway, so yeah, they go over there, get what they gotta get, and they dip out. And I'm just like, motherfucker, shit. Oh well. But in my head, now I'm thinking, well, at least we both know that we saw each other, and we both know that we both here. So we still in the go. Same time, there's no acknowledgement. So I was like, is it weird that I didn't? Or is it weird? I don't know. So yeah, that happened. They still exist. So I'm going to input a song recommendation that I've had in my head because it's a beautiful song and I love that song. It's a super good song. I still don't know how to pronounce the motherfucker's name, but it's Sam and what the fuck is the motherfucking name? Sam Gilliantry or some shit. I really don't know how to I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's, god damn it. It is Sam, just straight up Sam, S-A-M. Name is G-E-L, L, 2 L's, A-I-T-R-Y. Try. Again, that is Sam, just Sam. Gellai. Anyway, the song is Serotonin. Beautiful song. It's short, and it makes you want it to go longer, which I think is the entire purpose. Because you're like, oh my gosh, you get gripped into it, and you're like, no, it's like this super fleeting high. It's just gone. You're just like, fuck. So yeah, beautiful song. So yeah, that was day 2, 3, whatever. It's 2 parts to one thing, which count back to another thing. But anyway, so that's the thing. Now, God, I got a lot of things. A lot of shit happens at work. See, this is why work should be a sitcom for me, honestly. I just thought of another thing that happened that I'm not going to go dig into, but it was something that just happens. Just things happen. But anyway, the other big point is the reason why that even came up, the whole work sitcom thing, because it'd be a great idea, is the fact of my boss was like, yeah, it should be a sitcom. Cause me and one of the coworkers are talking, and there's this display that says 10 for 10. Seems pretty straightforward, right? You would think the promotion is you have to get 10 in order to get it for 10. Which obviously, yes, math-wise breaks it down to 1 for 1. But you don't think that it's 1 for 1 because the sign says 10 for 10. So you think you only get it for a 1 for 1 ratio if you buy 10. It makes sense. Yes. So, when I was putting it out there, I left it in the box. Now the box, ironically enough, they came in boxes of 9. I think 1 or 2 of them had boxes of 10. But there were some extras that I put in said box. That way it was now a box of 10. And he was like, no, take it out the box. So I'm like, hear me out. If you walk in and you see 10 for 10 and you see a box ready to go to pick up that has almost 10, basically 10, of the same item in the box, you just think, oh shit, that's what they want to do. They want to sell me a box of 10. It's easier to buy a box of 10 than it would be to grab 10 on your own. Nobody wants to do that. It further emphasizes the sale of a 10 for 10. It makes it easy. Ease of access, logistics, common sense, right? Well, anyway, that was our whole debacle. And I brought it up to the boss man, and boss man was like, man, y'all crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So that's the thing. I feel like there's one more thing I was going to bring up. And I could have went deeper into that one, but that's just it on surface level. Because also I got to go somewhere soon anyway. Bop. Time is the thing. I just had it in my head. Oh yeah, so people, customers, whatever, blocking aisles and just not giving a shit. I was telling another employee, if I was a superhero, my power would be putting thoughts into people's heads. Because obviously I don't like to be rude, and I don't like to be direct. Because when I'm direct, I'm too direct, and it's just like, ooh. So I don't like to do that shit. But my power would be to put minds, thoughts in people's heads that way they think it's their own, and then they just do it subconsciously because they're just like, huh. So, scenario. And this happens all the fucking time, and it drives me insane. When you see customers blocking an aisleway, and people are trying to get through, and it's like a one-way aisle, obviously. There's only so much space in the store. And people are trying to get through, and they see them trying to get through, but they just don't care. They don't move. They don't move themselves, their cart, their kids, the other person they're talking to, nothing. They don't care. They don't care, and it just drives me insane. So I'm watching people at, like, near the exit, a critical spot near the exit, posted up, talking on each side of it. So this is your walkway, but they're blocking it. People are like squeezing through behind them and like going through their conversation, which would drive me insane if somebody walks in front of my conversation. But it doesn't bother them. And they're there for like an hour, for like a fucking hour. They're just sitting there talking and people are walking through them. And it's like, does this not bother you at all? Do you don't think you should maybe, I don't know, move the fuck out the way? Does it not hinder you? You're not getting the hint that people are walking in your conversation because you're obviously in the way in a critical walking area? They don't care. It's like they run the world in the store. The world revolves around them. That shit pisses me off. It is just inconsiderate and disrespectful on so many levels. you're an asshole. My superpower would be passive aggressiveness. I just put thoughts in their head thinking, people are walking through my conversation. Maybe I should move out the way. Maybe I'm blocking their path. That's what I would do. They just put thoughts in their head and they just fucking move. Shit's selfish as fuck. It's just piggybacking on that, which basically is the same thing. I swear to God, it's the same equation every time. Every time. I feel like people meet up at stores on purpose because there's no way, coincidentally, every time it's the same people coincidentally meeting up at the store. Doesn't make any sense. And it's always an older person. Not always, but sometimes. You know what? We're going to throw age out of it. It's always one person by themselves, and then usually a lady with her kid. And the kid's just sitting there for 2 hours, because you know how it goes as you're a kid. You can't really do anything, say anything, have no power. So you're just stuck there, roping a conversation that you have no input in. And yeah, for 2 hours, you're just sitting there, and as I'm going by you, doing my job 5 times, and you're just like, help me. And I'm sitting there thinking, I wish I could help you. I've been there. You gotta suffer. Only thing I can do is walk, stop, stare at them because they're in the way, and then somehow weasel on through by them 5 different times. And that's just me alone. They don't move, they don't care. It's just like, are you guys planning to meet up here to make your kid suffer? Like, it's kind of fucked up. For 2 hours, and I'm not exaggerating. Sometimes I swear people are there longer than I am. For 2 hours, usually it's like an hour, hour and a half. 30 minutes is rare. But they'll just sit there, posted up in a high traffic area, and just take over. Like beavers. They just make a dam, and they just control the flow. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Don't get it. Drives me insane. Don't be that person. Please, go to the store, get what you have to get, and get the fuck out. Or, if you're going to sit there and talk in the store, which isn't a problem. I'm not saying talking in the store is a problem. But if you're going to be in the store, at least don't block a high traffic walking area. Be conscious. Don't be an ass. Just, God, just please. Please. Thank you. That's all I have to say though. I have to go. So, yeah. Be safe.